Welcome to Hatman Strikes Back Daily Boxing News. So according to reports in the British media, Daniel Dubois was in negotiations to fight Wladimir Klitschko on February 22nd in Saudi Arabia, but the negotiations were scrapped due to the backlash following Mike Tyson's defeat to Jake Paul. Now, a lot of people are shocked by this report. They're questioning the veracity of it. Personally, I find it very easy to believe because, as I've been saying over the past few weeks, amid speculation of who Daniel Dubois would fight in his next title defense, in my view, his team, including his promoter Frank Warren, would want a bit of an easier fight for him because he's been on a very tough run. He's just become IBF heavyweight champion. And so the thing that fighters and of course their teams normally do in situations like this is take on a lower level opponent. Now, obviously, Wladimir Klitschko was the best of the best many years ago. But at this stage, he's a 48-year-old man who's been out the ring nearly 8 years. So you obviously wouldn't view him as being as dangerous now as he was back in the days. This fight would have represented a soft defense for Daniel Dubois without a shadow of a doubt. And full disclosure, I don't like Wladimir Klitschko. I've long said that his era represented a dark age for heavyweight boxing. Despite being a very talented fighter, he employed this horrible jab, jab, grab style. And on top of that, he weighted things in his favor against overmatched opposition to an absurd extent. Contractually, as far as picking his opponent's gloves, spongy canvases, all sorts of shenanigans behind the scenes before the fight, trying to disrupt the opponent. And again, when you've got all the physical advantages and the experience advantages and home advantage, or second home advantage, should I say, because Wladimir Klitschko, of course, is not German, but he was based in Germany for many years. You've got every advantage you could possibly want, but you still want to play funny games. And when you get in the ring, you're getting away with an absolutely obscene amount of fouling. So I was never a fan of Wladimir Klitschko. I didn't mind Vitali, but Wladimir, no. Never liked him. Always thought he had a terribly cynical approach to boxing. However, one thing I do like is records being broken. So in principle, Wladimir Klitschko coming back to attempt to win a heavyweight title at the age of 48, which will make him the oldest heavyweight champion in history, I'm not necessarily against that idea. I wouldn't want him going straight into a title shot, but if he could come back and maybe beat a couple of guys in the top 10, I'm not saying he would be able to, but if he did manage to do that, then yeah, I'd like to see him challenge for the heavyweight title and see if he can break George Foreman's record. Why not? I want to see records broken. I would certainly expect Wladimir Klitschko to have an awful lot more left in the tank than a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. Because not only is Wladimir 10 years younger, but he's also been a clean liver over the years. He's looked after himself, unlike Mike Tyson. And he also has certain physical advantages that Mike Tyson doesn't have. Klitschko's actually taller than Daniel Dubois and got a longer reach. Now, with that being said, if the fight had gone ahead in February, I would have fully expected Daniel Dubois to smash Wladimir Klitschko to pieces in a couple of rounds. I think Dubois would be far too aggressive for him. Even in Wladimir Klitschko's prime, I think Dubois would have been an absolute nightmare for him stylistically because Dubois got quick feet and he's got that real solid, heavy jab that he comes in with. He's also physically strong, he's got good stamina, and he's got a good work rate. But as I say, I'm talking about the principle of Klitschko coming back at the age of 48 and attempting to become a champion again. I think that would be quite interesting. In fact, again, even though I've never been a Klitschko fan, I was hoping he would come back when he was 46 or 45 and change, as long as he was older than Foreman was when he beat Michael Moorer, to attempt to break Foreman's record back then. It would have been more doable a couple years ago, because at these ages, your physical deterioration becomes exponential. So the older you get, the more rapid the physical deterioration becomes. That's my contention anyway. In any event, the plans for Klitschko to fight Dubois have apparently been scrapped, and that's probably a good thing. As I say, if he was going to come back and attempt to break Foreman's record, I would have wanted to see him beat at least one top 10 contender first, if not a couple, to get himself ranked and to show to us that he still has what it takes. Going straight into a Dubois fight would be impossible to justify from Dubois' side of things, but it certainly doesn't surprise me that Dubois' team were exploring that fight. Not at all. Anyone who thinks that Frank Warren would be above a matchup like that really doesn't know Frank Warren. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think about this news in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and also share the video, because sharing is caring. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Are you surrounded by mindless bots in human form who adhere to the norm and blindly conform? Who swallow all the mainstream BS and actually ridicule you for questioning things? Do you wish you had more free-thinking individuals in your life to network and converse with? Well, look no further. We're right here. Come and join the Brotherhood of Reason on Patreon. You'll gain access to my weekly topical content where we take deep dives on an endless variety of subjects, as well as my vast back catalogue of podcasts, videos, interviews, movie decodings, and my Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You'll also get to talk and network with myself and hundreds of other people in our members chat. You can enjoy all this via the Patreon app or on desktop and download all my podcasts in high quality MP3. There's no contract, no commitment. You can cancel at any time, just like Netflix, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper. Just download the app from the Play Store or the App Store, or simply visit patreon.com on a web browser. Then head on over to my page and select the tier called the Brotherhood of Reason. All the links are in the description box below. And just a quick money-saving tip for Apple users. If you purchase your Patreon subscription on the desktop site or on Android, then you'll avoid the ridiculous 30% fee that Apple charges for purchases made on the iOS app. So if you're on iPhone or iPad, save yourself some money by buying your subscription on the actual Patreon website or on Android, because it's a lot cheaper. Once you've made that initial purchase, you can then use the Patreon app on your iPhone or iPad thereafter to access and enjoy your content as normal.